What's up, Rasslin fans?
Listen to me. We're not gonna take you in the ring. We're gonna take you to the street, the hood. Well, let me tell you something, man. I'm a new breed of black man.
The Black Rasslin Podcast. Rasslin from a nigga perspective.
Niggas is back. Niggas is black. As always, it's the Black Rasslin Podcast, giving y'all wrestling from a nigga perspective. It's your boy Cal, representing Rock the Dub, but you already knew that. The squad is not on the line, at least right now, but we're doing something in spirit. I wanted to give y'all a special episode, a special bonus edition, if you will, of the Black Rasslin Podcast. This is an interview that we've been sitting on for a minute. Current AEW star, Big Swole, you seen her taking out, super kicking Nyla Rose and all that stuff. Not former, but she's been a Phoenix of Rise champion one time, as well as a Shine Tag Team champion with Asia Pereira. You know her as Ariel Monroe. She's married to Cedric Alexander, but you shouldn't need to know who she is because of her man. For the last 5 years almost, she's been getting busy, and it's been good to see her on AEW. I'm trying to when we first reached out to Big Swole, I feel like she might not have been signed to AEW. I might be wrong, but she wasn't really on TV like she is now when we talk to her. It's a brief episode. It's a brief interview. Shouts out to IlFam79 on your social media of choice. He conducted the interview. It's not as long as it's not as long of an interview as his conversations with Willie Mack, things like that. It's a much quicker interview, but I mean, they do discuss some so interesting topics. A lot of it being the representation of black women in the world of professional wrestling, which is a conversation that needs to be had. Shouts out to the women who are having the conversation. Everybody from Suku over at Black and Out's table to those wrestling girls, suplexes and shea butter. There's the jobber tears. I know there's a lot of people out there, who are having these conversations. But I feel like it needs to be on a bigger platform. But, again, it felt weird to be sitting on this interview, and, we have plans for future things. So, just want to try something a little bit different. I'm probably talking way too long for an intro for Big Swole. But, yeah, shouts to her. Shouts to IlFam79. Shouts out to the homie Math at Math Damon. Yeah, let's get it.
Why do you think there are so few black women on the active rosters for WWE and AEW currently?
Well, honestly, I believe that it's just not a priority. I mean, let's face the facts that we've never necessarily even been a priority, for that matter, when it pertains to actually having strong African-American female roles in wrestling. That's just one of the main reasons.
That's really par for the course. That's what we're getting. That's everybody's answer so far, really.
Yeah.
When is the last time you remember loving a pro wrestling match with a black woman in it in the WWE?
The last time?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, yeah, I enjoyed mine. Me versus Nia Jax. But no, I enjoyed. I enjoy Bianca Belair's matches. Really, I do. She's kind of like the saving grace, and but before that, really, not a lot of them. They just didn't really have time. Naomi just doesn't have time to showcase all that she can actually do, because their matches were usually 4 or 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Time.
I'm sorry?
I said they never really have time.
Right. Who are some of the black women you wish you could see perform on AEW and WWE television?
I would say Aja Pereira. That would definitely be one of them. I believe that she's got that charisma and that talent and a smile that just lights up the whole entire room. As well as what's the name? Dementia Rose. I think that Double D is a powerhouse in her own right, and the fact that she's still out here pretty much killing the game, even like with only one eye. She has all of my respect, and she's remembering stuff and having, placement where people, even with both of their eyes, still don't have.
So, who's your favorite black woman in the pro wrestling industry that people either sleep on or don't talk about enough?
Let's see. Honestly, those two are really just my favorite. But I love Holiday. I believe that people have been sleeping on her for a minute. Like, she gets everywhere and goes and gets bookings, but she is amazing. She is beyond the face paint that she puts on. She is beyond the gimmick that she portrays. Like, she knows her stuff, and she carries herself in a manner that I respect, like, wholeheartedly. Anytime that she is anywhere in any, like, locker room, I can always come to her for advice. I can always come to her for different movesets, or someone to just calm my spirit. Like, she's a gem to be around.
That's what's up. That's amazing. So if you had, I guess, a magic wand, you felt like you could do anything, what do you think you would be able to do to change the situation? How do we fix what's wrong right now?
Well, the only way we're going to be able to fix it is by allowing people of color into the room. Like, in a room where people are making decisions, you just need people of color. You need African Americans in the room helping you guys make decisions and giving you guys the little inkling that we, usually can only see, or that extra. I don't really know how to explain it, but like, you really just need that person into the room so that they can help you and guide whatever company and whatever decision that needs to be made when it pertains to our people. Like, it's because if someone of color was actually in the room when, like, they were making decisions on those T-shirts, the T-shirt would have never been made. That's one of the prime examples.
100%. 100%. I appreciate you. That's really all the questions I have for you. Really quick, if you could tell folks where to get at you, what you have coming up, and like how do they follow you and all that on social media?
Well, they can follow me on Twitter at Swole World. They can follow me on Instagram at the Big Swole, that's DABIT SWOLE, or on Facebook at Big Swole.
That's amazing. I appreciate you. Thank you.
This is your girl, Big Swole, and you are listening to the Black Wrestling Podcast, where we all family out here. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, do whatever it is you need to do. Black Wrestling.
Damn, good stuff. Like I said, it was a quick conversation. Sometimes it's how it is. Sometimes you'll get a half hour with somebody to talk. Sometimes you'll get 10 minutes. You just got to make do with what you got to make do. But I want this to be the start, or like a point in the continuance of a conversation that needs to be had, by more people. Shouts out to Big Swole for taking the time out. Shouts out to her for doing what she does, her and Nyla over there on AEW with Brandy Rhodes, my mistake, and Awesome Kong. These are important things. The Naomis of the world, the Bianca Belairs of the world. There's a lot of the Willow Nightingales of the world. There's a lot going on in the world of pro wrestling that involve black women being amazing, that needs to be highlighted more. So, expect these conversations to continue on. As always, BlackWrestling.com is the website. You could find the Black Wrestling Podcast on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, whatever over there you grab this stuff from. Spotify, Google Play, anywhere you get podcasts, we are there. You can catch us on Instagram at Black Wrestling, as well as on Facebook. Shouts out to the people on Facebook who engage as well. Once again, big facts. Shouts out to Big Swole for taking the time out. We'll catch you at the regularly scheduled time. Peace.